I think I know where you're getting at. What is the
Mm-hmm.
craziest thing you've done for love? The
Yeah,
craziest thing you've done for love.
that was probably the craziest.
Okay.
I got out the military, and instead of following my heart and just going where I wanted to go, I decided to follow behind. I was about to say a bad word. I decided to follow behind a person,
A person.
an individual,
Uh-huh.
and got led astray. I was bamboozled. I was hoodwinked. I was swindled by love.
Because you were blinded by love.
Blinded, just ignorantly blinded. And then with that came me spending money just silly. I mean, just throwing bad.
Just bad.
I'm out here balling. Like, whatever you want, I got you. It's here. Never again.
Yeah.
Never again.
No, again.
No, again, but you'll do it with
right
a little bit of
person.
wisdom
With the right
and with the
person.
right person.
Nah.
You said no, not ever.
What's that 50 Cent song? The PIMP?
Oh, mm-hmm.
A chick can't get $1 out of me. Okay, no, I ain't getting not a dime. I ain't got it.
Oh, come on.
What you won't do for love.
Absolutely. So, and I love conversations like this because I like to dig deep. I just do. It's not nosy. I like to dig deep and I like to really get people's perspective. So it takes us back to that, your situation, just this. And I'm going back to what I said. If God is love and love is God, love is what it is. We bring stuff into it. And you said you were hoodwinked, swindled by love, bamboozled by love. Were you really led astray by love? Were you really led astray by love, or were you led astray by a person and then your need to be attached to that person? Because that has nothing to do with love.
No, that was love. That was love. I think that was love.
No. Were you led astray by love, or were you led astray by the person and your need to be attached to that person?
Okay. I see where you're going.
You see where I'm going?
Okay.
You see where I'm going?
See where you're going.
So let's dig. So let's dig a little bit. Because I don't believe that love is bad. God is not bad. I believe love teaches us lessons. I believe it sets us in a path to learn and to learn from things. But when you say, oh, love did me so wrong. No, love didn't do you wrong. Love was there trying to lead you, but your baggage and your expectations of people, your past, bringing your past relationships into love caused you to form an opinion about love that is not true.
So let me ask you.
So if it happens twice,
it is still your mistake. You have not learned the lesson.
I'm a cuss.
So you know what? Because I think, in your situation, if I were you, I'd say, look, God, I don't want to be in the same position that I was before.
Mm-hmm. And I wasn't. I'll say that.
Okay.
The first relationship, the one that I just knew it was all jacked up. It's crazy because everybody else saw it but me, right?
Absolutely.
You know how you bring somebody around and your friends are like, I don't think that's it, they not like, oh, and you like, nah, but y'all don't know, like this, y'all not seeing the real person, like this, they just uncomfortable around whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't the case. In the end, I wound up being like, yeah, y'all was right, that wasn't me. Then the second go round, because I definitely was like, okay, I don't want to be in this position again. I want to be a little more selective about how I choose partners or people that I'm intimate with.
Mm-hmm.
And not even intimate on a physical level, but just who I'm vulnerable with, who I share things with.
Yeah.
And I got the most beautiful love I've ever experienced, right? But I don't think the timing and circumstances were right.
Okay.
Which caused us to like fall apart. We were in two different spaces, moving in two different ways, and it just would have never worked.
Okay.
And that was heartbreaking.
Mm-hmm.
So of course, me trying to do things for love, you like, all right, well, how can I compromise? How can I change so that we can grow and build together in the same direction? So I found myself changing certain things or neglecting certain things about myself to try to make sure that that works, and it still just wound up not working.
Because I don't think you should ever change. Change is, I don't want to say relative, but change is very tricky. If you're changing yourself for you, okay. If you're changing yourself to appease something else or to appease a relationship, that's where it gets really, really tricky.
Right.
Okay, I'm gonna let you keep talking because I just lost my train of thought. Because I was trying to hone in on you with the whole change piece and reverting and going back to what love really is. We have the wrong definition of love. We do, and we blame everything on love, like we blame everything on God. And it's not God's fault. It's not love's fault. It's our expectations of how we think our life is supposed to be.
Mm-hmm. And what we think love is supposed to look like.
Right.
And I don't necessarily know where we get those ideas from. I think it's a bunch of different things. You can get it from how you, I hate to keep saying social media, but I mean, that's a big factor. You got, relationship goals or whatever, based on either friends. I know I have a ton of married friends and I see their relationships, and that's not always 100% either. Like just, that's a lot of surface stuff. You're not in the rooms with, these couples. But I think for me, it was like I knew I had something good. I had a good situation, but I was so worried about comparing myself to possibilities. Like, they could get whoever they want. So why they choose me? Right? So now I'm trying to figure out, okay, well, how do I get to this crazy expectation? This person didn't even say, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is my type of person. Like, I need you to be like this. I need you to be like that. I just formulated my own opinion of what I thought I should be or what I could aspire to be to keep this person around. And it didn't keep them around.
And it didn't keep you around either.
No, not at all. I hated who I was. I mean, there were some good things that I definitely picked up from that lesson, that experience. But then those things that weren't so good, I'm still trying to pick up the pieces from that now. Mm-hmm. And I think that's going to cause me to push love to the side a little bit, if that makes sense. Like, not really seek out that companionship, that partnership, because I'm still healing from that. Yeah. Like, I was hurt. Like, out here broken. Like, my last tattoo was a broken coffee cup.
Really?
Yeah, because the broken heart was too obvious. So I got a broken coffee mug.
Oh my God, 𝐾𝐬𝐬.
Because that was our thing. Like, we met getting coffee.
Oh wow.
And so I didn't want to get a broken heart tattoo, but they were like, oh my God. But it was just like, let me get something that's not so obvious, but it's still, like, I'm still picking up pieces from that.
So we're going to turn this show into peeling back the layers of Cam.
So Cam, when you first lay down on the table there, Cam, when you first knew when you was 7.
Listen, and this is, girl, it's a real thing, but when I hear you say push love aside, that's not going to help you either.
And that's not going to happen either.
It's not going to happen because
maybe pushing it aside for like
pushing a relationship aside.
External.
Yeah.
External love.
Yeah.
I'm working on building the internal love.
Absolutely. And I think you're in the perfect place to build that. And I'm just going to give you a little piece of advice. While you're in your training day stages of learning what love is, God will reveal to you who is worth your time and who's not. He's not going to choose for you, but if you ask him, he'll give you clear cut out signs like, boo-boo, we're not doing this again.
Right.
No.
I was talking to my sister the other day, And she was like, you need to have a conversation with God, and you need to find a code word. And I was like, a code word? And she was like, yeah, a code word.
Pineapples. Yes.
And she said, in this prayer, to God, ask God to use this word. Whoever your partner is supposed to be, if this man says this word, that's your person. That's how you'll know who this person is, how to discern right from wrong as far as choosing or whatever. But if they use this word, then that's who it's supposed to be.
Do you believe that?
I do.
You do believe that?
I do.
Okay. Because I'm gonna tell you a little bit. I did the same thing.
Really?
I was in a relationship for 7.5 years.
It wasn't me.
And it was a total waste of my time because I was afraid to be alone. When I tell you a total waste, when you're in it, you don't see it. But when you step out of it, it's like, damn, I just lost 8 years of my life.
Yeah.
Like, for real. And you get angry about it, and you do start to blame love and blame situations. But no, it was all me because I did not want to be by myself. So I had a conversation with God, and I asked, and I told him, this is the code word. And I knew enough not to speak it out because the devil hears too. The devil, and I wanted it to be clear that this was God saying, okay, girl, I got you. I got you. I had a password. Andre and I met. And let me tell you, I didn't hear the password. I asked for it and I was listening for it. It didn't. Oh, he playing it. You know what? Jeopardy. I did not hear. He was having a conversation, and I'm still not going to say the word because I use this word when it's something regarding our marriage that I need to work on, that I need to look for with him. If there's a message about something that he's doing or not doing, I still use that password. So he was just we were at his cousin's house. And we were sitting around, having a good time, eating, chilling, having fun, drinking. And he said the word, and in the middle of a conversation. And when he said the word, it was like nobody else was in the room, and the only thing in the room was that word. I cannot explain it to you.
That's what I'm looking for.
The word was in the room. And this was 3 years after we were married, because I was questioning if I made the right decision. 3 years after we were married. And I just settled into it like, okay, God got me. But had I been in position to ask him before, I would have known before, but it was 3 years after we were married. And I'm like, okay, I'm cool.
That's what I'm looking for. I need that code word to pop up. So I can be like, okay.
It will happen, Cam, if you're consistent with praying to God about it. And you don't have to be, you ain't got to be on your knees snotting and crying every day. But it's just like, okay, God, we still here. We still having this conversation. I haven't forgotten. I know you haven't forgotten, but it's on my radar. So whenever it happens, it's just gonna happen. And when you're least expecting it, you get that password.
Yeah. I think Shay
you get that password.
Shay was talking about going to visit Germany.
Oh. Is shade the password? No, shade ain't the password. Shade ain't the password.
We just talking about on the elevator. We just talking about on the elevator. I said I think we're gonna go to Germany and visit Nicole's co-host. He's like, let's go. That's remember Cam, the one that he said I know.
Oh my God. So were you okay, so that's what I have, but that password works. And that's my story about the password. It really works. I thought I was crazy doing it, but it was what I needed to make sure that I was on the right path.
Yeah, because I feel like I be missing the signs. I know God be throwing them at me like, girl, if you don't pay attention, and I just be oblivious to them all. until it be too late.
Yeah,
so, yeah,
because you might need to get to a point where you say,